Our next topic on the list of very interesting topics is everyone's going to love this one because it's about Munch and everybody loves Munch.
This is a good topic.
We want to know if Munch really needed a wheelchair, if he was just putting it on a bit.
I think he was making a big deal of it.
Yeah, I mean, he did not look like he was living for what was going on. He was not having a good time. I just think he couldn't be bothered to hop that far.
You know, when you get to that point when you're like, I can't even bother walking over there. I'm just going to get my
think that's
wheelchair
pretty much it. Get Abe to push him.
Like a toddler with his pushchair.
We've been doing that in the office quite a lot since we got a bit more space.
Oh yeah, we've been playing bumper chairs.
You kind of wheel about all the time.
We've made a new game called Bumper Chairs, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Or chair jousting.
New game.
Yeah, chair jousting.
It's pretty fun.
Right.
But only me and Ryan play. Brett and Martin won't play with us.
Well, they've probably got work to do, right?
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
So that's nice.
So I don't think we ever established what Munch's disability was.
I think it was just that it was hard for him to hop about on land because he was a sea animal. It took ages.
Because he was amphibious.
It took ages, and I imagine that boing, boing, boing kept attracting all the enemies nearby.
Do you think that's what it was? He just got really bored with that repetitive noise, so he thought, that's it, I've had enough, I'm not going by foot anymore.
I'll just go for the wheelchair squeaks.
Yeah.
That's why it was made slightly less repetitive in Munch HD. Slightly less annoying. But only slightly. It's still every single jump. But, yeah, I don't think he needed the wheelchair. Just need to put a bit more effort in.
I think he needs to put a bit more effort into the style of the wheelchair. You know, he could have blinged that up a bit.
You think?
Yeah.
How?
Like extra mirrors and... Like
Extra
a mod
mirrors.
with a scooter. Extra mirrors and like a raccoon's tail on a 14-foot aerial.
Absolutely, a little lever and some nos comes out the back.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what I never thought about, though? His foot did get trapped in the trap in the beginning. Maybe it was injured all the way through.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Maybe that's why it was so slow. Because if he has a leg, it stands to reason that he'd be pretty capable on land, and he wasn't. He was really slow.
If one of there was someone we could ask that would know the answer to this. Let's get him on the podcast.
Let's disrupt Lorne's Soulstorm development just to ask him this question.
Hey, Lorne, we've got a question about Munch.
Well, you'd have to answer the question about Brian Harvey first. You have to start at the beginning. I don't fancy trying to explain who Brian Harvey is to Lorne.
Why?
I just don't think Lorne's going to get it. What with not being subject to British culture in the 1990s.
I guess not.
I think it's a valid question, but I think if we explained who Brian Harvey was to Lorne, his predominant response would be why.
Any excuse to bring Brian Harvey back up.
I know.
We love this guy.
Okay, if Oddworld were to make any game apart from Soulstorm and instead of Soulstorm, what would it be? Oh, what would we want it to be might be better because we don't know what it'd be without asking Lorne.
You mean like what's he started and not finished?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that is what you meant when you wrote it, or if you just meant what would we like them to make.
I don't writing that question at all.
Well, let's say like what kind of game would you like Oddworld to make if they weren't making platformers?
RPG.
I would love. Oh. I should have put an asterisk on that question that said not an RPG.
RPG.
No, it would take too long.
What kind of RPG?
JRPG.
All right, okay. No, too much like anime. Move on.
It'd be nice to see another Stranger style game, I think.
Yep.
Another first person title.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them make like almost like an Ubisoft style game in the Stranger universe.
What does that mean?
Well, like a open world type thing with bases to clear out and progression through bosses and side missions and stuff like that. Something Assassin's Creed-y or Far Cry-like. Or maybe a mix of both, so you've got the third person and the first person stuff.
Well, Stranger kind of did that, but it wasn't boring. I mean, even your description's boring. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, well, basically I'd quite like to see Stranger, but on a bigger scale, maybe? A little more open-worldy.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
It's a shame Ryan went, wasn't it? Because he was good. He was a good one.
Or Kart Racer?
Yes. Definitely want to do a kart racer. Odd kart.
Yeah, well, because then you could have, like, instead of a car, a bridezilla.
Mm-hmm.
They could just all ride on critters.
That's one sorted.
That's one. Well, the sligs would have to have, like, mechanic bottom halves. They'd have to have, like, parked car, but built into it. The Gluckons would probably have force legs carrying them around on a tray.
A tray.
Or like one of those seats that comes on sticks. What do you call those? You know what I mean? That they carry like royalty around in the olden days.
Right, not like a dinner tray.
No, not like a dinner tray.
Got it.
Like a chair
Okay.
on poles.
Okay. Well, good. Well, I'm just glad we're making Soulstorm.
After hearing those ideas.
All those ideas are terrible. So, yeah, good. What else?
Well, we've got other topics, but should we save other topics for another day? Because we're going to have to wrap it up.
We are going to have to wrap it up. It's a very short one, and I think even Benice has run off. So.
Oh no, I was just looking up something for one of the last topics because I didn't know what it was. But it's
Ipswich.
pointless now. How did you know it was that one?
Because I just guessed. I mean, it wasn't tattoos.
No, I didn't know where Ipswich was.
I don't know where Ipswich is either, and I think that's the point. Like, I've no intention of going to Ipswich.
Down
Probably
south.
for best, really.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
It's in Norfolk, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you been paid?
Or out there somewhere. It's no, I've never been to Ipswich.
Right.
But
I think that's my point. That everyone says, "Oh, Ipswich is really good," but I don't know why.
who says that?
Just the Ipswich Council.
Ipswich,
Like,
Ipswich Local Tourist Information Office.
come
They're
to
always saying
Ipswich and do that stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what that stuff is. I don't want to do it.
Is that their official stand? Come to Ipswich and do that stuff.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to Google it just now and find out what Ipswich is good at. What did you get when you were Googling?
I just got a company called Ipswich, and then I had to put in place, and I found out it was down south, and that explains why I didn't know where it was because I don't really go down south.
Ipswich Secure and Managed File Transfer Software.
Well, I think that's possibly because on the list Ipswich is spelt wrong. There's no T in it.
Should be.
Did I?
It's not in Norfolk, it's in
Oh.
Suffolk, of course it is. Norwich is the one that's in Norfolk.
Never been there either.
Ipswich. This switch isn't spelled like switch.
No,
Got
it's not.
Okay.
It immediately
So-
loses points for its spelling.
It's on a river.
I thought it was by the sea, but okay.
It's in the Middle Ages.
There can be a river and a sea.
Can it? I thought you had to pick one or the other, depending on how much salt you had in you.
Ed Sheeran's been to Ipswich, according to Wikipedia.
Has he?
It loses more points.
Yeah. Oh, I like Ed Sheeran.
Huh.
It's nice. He's got nice hair.
He's never been to Scarborough.
Does he not? Well, there's always time. There's always time.
Okay, should we wrap this up? It's
It
descending.
was good. I
rapidly.
enjoyed myself this
I
time.
did. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Shame Ryan had to jump out early.
Yeah, he did
But,
for a call.
Just means we'll get him on again. If the feedback to this is good, if the feedback to him appearing on this episode isn't good, then
We can just blame Ryan.
then we're just going to get him sacked and
Yeah.
he'll never be heard of again.
No one to make them 3D models.
No, everything will just have to go 2D. We'll have to go back to sprites. And we'll draw them.
Oh God. Please vote 5 stars.
Yeah, so like and subscribe and all that, whatever
But
that means.
I would like to point out before we end that there is actually more than one artist working on this game. Before anybody starts to worry.
Yeah, there's loads.
There's about 70 at the moment. Isn't there?
Yeah, actually on a more serious note, some of the art that we're seeing for Soulstorm is amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Don't tell Ryan I said that, but some of the stuff he does is really, really impressive.
What about Brett?
Yeah, don't tell him either. So let's wrap it up there and say a very cheerful goodbye to everybody and thanks for listening. Bye!
Bye!
Bye bye.